Tonight, before your eyelids fall, you can climb into a new life. Not tomorrow, not after you've ticked a dozen boxes, but in that soft, in-between place where your body drifts and your mind is still awake. That doorway is open every evening. Walk through it with feeling, and your world will rearrange itself to match what you have accepted as true. This is the quiet art of shifting states before sleep. Simple, gentle, and astonishingly powerful. Think of states as rooms in a great house. You visited many, the room where you are confident and calm, the room where you worry, the room where money flows easily, the room where love is natural. You are not stuck in any one room. You move by feeling, not by force. And the easiest time to move is when your body relaxes and your thoughts grow slow, when you are close to sleep but not quite gone. In that threshold, your imagination speaks a language reality understands. There is a simple sentence that unlocks this practice. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Those words are not about daydreaming. They're about occupancy. If you wanted warm sunlight, you wouldn't argue with the wind. You would step into the light. So tonight, step into the feeling that your prayer is already answered. Not halfway, not hopefully. Step in. You might ask, how do I assume a feeling? Begin by letting your body get comfortable. Turn off the bright lights. Lie down or sit where your head can nod without a jolt. Let your breathing become easy. As your body slackens and your mind floats, choose one short scene that would be true if your desire were already accomplished. Keep it simple, like a loop no longer than a few seconds. If you want a new job, imagine a friend squeezing your hand and saying, I knew you'd get it. If you want harmony at home, imagine hearing, we're good now. If you want health, imagine yourself stepping lightly up the stairs and laughing at how strong you feel. Small, sensory, real, then feel it. Hear their voice, sense the texture of the moment, the pressure of a hug, the weight of a ring, the smell of coffee in your own kitchen. Let the scene play gently, again and again, like waves caressing a shore. Don't strain, don't check to see if it's working. Sink into the naturalness. When it feels ordinary, when the wonderful has become normal, you have shifted states, drift off there. Let sleep carry that acceptance deep. There is a reason this works, and it's older than any modern method. When you pray, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours, Mark 11:24. Notice the order. Believe you have received, then it is yours. Belief here is not an argument or a pep talk. It's the felt fact that settles you. In the drowsy edge of sleep, that belief is easiest. Your surface mind relaxes its grip, and your deeper mind takes impressions like wet clay receiving a seal. Another golden thread runs through this practice. Go into your inner room, shut the door, and pray in secret, Matthew 6:6. Your inner room is the imaginal act. Shutting the door means refusing to argue with appearances. You are not fighting the old, you are quietly accepting the new. The world out there adjusts to the prayer you hold in secret. Let's make it practical. A young woman once wrote of needing a specific amount of money to cover a bill. Every night, just before sleep, she imagined holding a crisp envelope and feeling relief wash through her body. She didn't picture every path the money could take to find her. She only allowed the end, the feeling of done. Within a week, an unexpected refund and a small bonus arrived, together matching the amount to the exact currency. She didn't force the bridge of incidents. She shifted states. A man who longed for reconciliation with his brother used the same method. He imagined a short phone call. He felt the warm awkwardness of the first laugh together. He rehearsed the tone, not the script, until it felt familiar. One afternoon, he noticed a sudden desire to stop at a cafe he had never visited. As he stepped in, his brother walked out. They laughed at the coincidence, then sat and spoke like the scene he had felt, but better. The world had rearranged because he had moved rooms. You can apply this to your own day before you sleep. One of the most tender practices is called revision. If part of your day felt heavy or unfair, do not carry it into the night like a stone. In the drowsy state, replay the scene as you wish it had gone. Hear the apology that never came. See the email arrive with a yes instead of a no. Feel your back relax as the problem eases. Let that revised scene be the last impression you press upon the mind before you drift. You are not pretending that the old scene never happened. You are choosing the seed you will plant. The harvest comes from the seed you sow at sleep. What if doubt rises? Greet it like an old neighbor and keep walking. Doubt thrives on analysis and withers in practice. Return to your scene. Return to the feeling. The mind will offer questions like, but how? When? From where? Those are the world's concerns. Your business is the end. Your job is occupancy. Move in, turn on the lamp, sit on the sofa of your fulfilled desire. Let life arrange the lease. Here are a few gentle hints to keep your prayer sweet and effective before sleep. Choose one desire at a time in a given night, the way you would cradle one child so they feel your full warmth. If many things call to you, welcome them over several evenings. Keep the scene short. The mind loves to wander. A brief loop brings you home. Always include touch or sound or weight, something the body understands. Feeling is the gateway. And if your scene ever starts to feel forced, soften it, whisper it, let it happen to you like watching a favorite moment you never tire of reliving. Notice the difference between wanting and having. Wanting is a stretching toward, having is a soft arrival. In the state akin to sleep, rest in arrival. Wear your new state like a well-loved sweater. If it helps, you can use a simple inner phrase, just a few words that would be natural if it were already done. Isn't it wonderful? Or thank you, it's mine, spoken under your breath of mind. Not to beg, not to convince, but to agree with what you feel. You may wonder what to do when the outer world still looks the same in the morning. Be gentle. Seeds take time underground. The world you see today is often the echo of yesterday's assumptions. Keep returning to your inner room at night. Keep stepping into the new state until it feels like your home address. As you do, small shifts will begin. A text, an idea, a nudge to turn left instead of right. A memory that leads to a solution. Move with these as if you expected them because you did. You planted them. There is a beautiful simplicity to all of this. You are the operant power. You are not waiting for the world to tell you who you are. You are quietly declaring who you are and letting the world agree. In the hush before sleep, you say yes to your chosen state. You touch it. You breathe it. You let it become ordinary. Then, as night gathers you, that acceptance sinks deep, and the morning has no choice but to begin catching up. Let your imagination be your sanctuary. Do not drag in the noise of the day. Lay it down like armor at the door. Enter with gratitude, not to impress a distant power, but to align with the power that breathes you. If you need a light as you enter, remember the first command ever spoken over chaos, let there be light. That light is your awareness. Aim it at the end you love. If you feel unworthy of choosing, lay that down too. Love does not ask for credentials. It asks only for your consent. Consent by feeling the end. Consent by resting in it. Consent by letting it feel so normal that you forget there was ever a time you were without it. The more natural it feels, the more inevitable the outer reflection becomes. And if you stumble, if you fall asleep in worry, or replay the wrong scene, be kind to yourself. Tomorrow night returns with another open door. The secret is not perfection. The secret is returning. Return to your chosen room. Return to the quiet. Return to the little loop that says, it's done. Let that be your last act, the gentle signature you place on the day. So tonight, as the world grows blue and still, slip into that sacred margin where you are heavy with rest yet bright with awareness. Pick your end and let it draw you like a tide. Feel the phone warm against your ear, the hand in yours, the steady strength in your step, the keys to the home you love. Let gratitude rise without a reason, because the reason is already yours. Drift off there. Let sleep carry your acceptance, and let the morning deliver its echo. This is how you move from room to room, from state to state, until your whole house laughs with light. Let this become your nightly rhythm, like washing your face and turning down the covers. As you lie there, let the day loosen its grip. If a stray worry taps your shoulder, thank it for trying to protect you and invite it to rest. You are choosing a different room now. You are choosing the end that makes your heart quiet. If your mind says you can't see, images clearly, smile. You don't need perfect pictures. You need the tone, the feel, the inner yes. Some people feel a scene more than they see it. They sense the warmth of a hand, the softness of a voice, the solid click of a door closing on a new home. Others hear inner conversations, A friend saying, "I'm proud of you." A doctor saying, "Everything looks great." A manager saying, "Welcome aboard." These simple sounds can carry you across the threshold. There is a sweet way to start if you're new to this. Take one small desire, something that would mean a lot, but doesn't feel heavy. Imagine someone you trust congratulating you. Feel the shared joy, the way your chest opens. Let your body sink as if that joy weighs more than the bed. If any tension remains, breathe out as though you're melting into the scene. If the scene blurs, bring it back gently, the way you'd guide a child's head back to your shoulder. When a bigger desire calls, treat it with the same respect. You are not chasing a miracle. You are consenting to a new identity. If you desire a thriving business, you might lie there and feel the soft ache in your cheeks from smiling after a great day. You might hear the evening buzz of a closed office and the click of lights going off, while your heart hums with quiet success. If you desire peace at home, you might feel the weight of a blanket and the quiet togetherness of shared breathing. These are not random fantasies. They are seeds laid in the soil of that drowsy state. If you've carried regret, use your night as a soft eraser. Replay one scene from the day and let it bend toward kindness, not to deny what was, but to plant what will be. If someone ignored your message, in your inner room, hear them respond with warmth. If you spoke in haste, in your inner room, hear yourself answer with patience and watch the exchange soften. Then let the revised scene rock wide. Go toward sleep like a lullaby that knows your name. You may feel a tender sense of gratitude rise as you do this. Let it rise. Gratitude is not a bargain chip, it is the fragrance of having. Be still, and know is a holy instruction, and stillness comes easily when the end is accepted. In that stillness your breathing slows, and the scene you chose becomes the last imprint of the day. The deeper mind receives it without argument. It does not ask for the path, it only takes the stamp. Some nights you will fall asleep fast, and some nights you will hover in that in-between. Both are fine. If you hover, keep the loop gentle. If you drift quickly, make sure the loop is simple enough to imprint in a breath or two. What matters is that the feeling of already is the last taste on your tongue. If restlessness visits, release the extra weight. Unclench your jaw. Soften the belly. Let your shoulders sink an inch. Whisper a small phrase that matches your desired end. Not to convince, but to agree. This is done. I love how natural this feels, thank you. The whisper is not magic, your acceptance is. But the whisper can be a doorway to the feeling. Notice how life starts to echo your nights. A friend makes a joke using the very word you repeated inside. A stranger offers help at the exact moment you needed it. An old idea returns with new sparkle. These are not accidents. They are the outer world aligning with the state you wore to sleep. Keep noticing, keep appreciating without gripping. Appreciation is how you tell the new state, yes, I'm home. If you find yourself tempted to check the mirror of the world every hour, smile at the impulse and choose again. You don't uproot seeds to see if they're growing. You water them. You water with your nightly acceptance. And if the day brings something that looks opposite, accept your end again that night. You are not fencing wit. Shadows. You are living from a steadier center. Make this tender practice your own. Some people like to place a hand over the heart as they imagine. Some prefer to lightly press their fingertips together to anchor the feeling of completion. Some enjoy a scent that they only use at night, so the aroma becomes a signal to the deeper mind. Now we enter the inner room. Keep whatever helps, release whatever distracts. The way is simple, feel it real, and ease into sleep. When you want to bless someone else, use the same doorway. See them as happy, whole, steady. Hear their laughter and let it be easy. Do it in secret, in kindness. You are changing them by force. You are accepting a truer image and letting life offer them that gift. Many have watched difficult relationships soften when night after night they chose to feel the end of harmony and called it natural. If your desire involves a long journey, honor the end, but also love the little signs. The end is the state you claim at night. The little signs are the breadcrumbs you enjoy in the day. They might come as ideas, invitations, a book title that shines from a shelf, a message you feel moved to send. Move with them. The same intelligence that receives your imaginal act also arranges the turns you take while awake. There will be evenings when your heart is tired. On those evenings, choose the lightest end you can believe and rest there. Let the state be as soft as a friend's hand on your back. Let it hold you. Faith is not loud, it is a quiet agreement. It is the soul saying yes, even when the mind has run out of words. Some love to begin with gratitude for something that is already true to them. The warmth of a bed, the roof that shelters, the breath that comes unasked. Then they glide into gratitude for what is becoming ordinary. The healed body walking easily, the clear email that resolves the issue, the ring that catches the lamp's glow on the nightstand. Gratitude stitches the present to the accepted end with a gentle thread. If you ever feel guilty for wanting, remember that desire is a direction, not a defect. You are learning to want with love, to want as if it were already given, to want like sunlight wants to shine. In that kind of wanting, no one loses. In that kind of wanting, your inner acceptance becomes a blessing that spills over its edges. You wake with kinder eyes, you act with a steadier hand, you answer with less fear. Keep reminding yourself that the scene should feel ordinary, not distant. The extraordinary becomes inevitable when the inner feeling is normal. That's why we practice at night, because the night is honest. The world grows soft, and so do you. In that softness, you can say yes without shouting. You can wear the new name without needing to prove it. And if you shift and then forget in the daytime, do not scold yourself. You are teaching your inner rhythms to follow a new drum. Start again at night. The body knows how to learn what you repeat with feeling. The deeper mind knows how to take a stamp and carry it forward without fanfare. Trust that. Let the day be the field and the night be the garden where you choose the seeds with care. There is a peace that comes when you remember you are not at the mercy of the hours. Each evening gives you the gentle authority to pick your room and lie down in it. Each morning shows you a little more of what you chose in secret. Let that rhythm make you patient. Let it make you kind. Let it make you bold enough to accept love, health, provision, wisdom as the most natural things in the world. When an old memory tries to convince you that change is hard, bless it and send it to bed. You are not the sum of your yesterdays. You are the one who chooses the state tonight. The world cannot hold you in an identity you no longer accept. The moment you feel at home in the new, the old loses its authority. You are allowed to rest in your answered prayer. You are allowed to feel relief before the email arrives, to feel companionship before the door opens, to feel strength before the doctor smiles. You are allowed to let your breath exhale the old story and inhale the new. In that permission, in that quiet consent, the state takes root and begins to bear. You can even turn this into a tiny evening ritual that begins the moment you brush your teeth. As the water runs, quietly ask yourself, what would I feel if it were already done? Let the answer show up as a body sensation, not an argument. Maybe your shoulders drop. Maybe your breath deepens. Maybe a smile sneaks in before you notice. Keep that feeling like a small flame cupped in your hands as you walk to bed. If you're working toward a test, see the score already done. Feel the pen glide as you sign the final paperwork. Hear the casual way a friend says, "Of course you passed." Don't analyze chapters in that moment. Let the state of already knowing be your pillow. Practice during the drowsy edge, and let the daytime study carry the fragrance of that quiet certainty. If you're healing, let your inner scene be the ordinary ease of moving. Hear the floorboards under steady feet. Feel the light stretch that used to hurt, now feeling neutral. Whisper, "This ease is mine," not as a bargain, but as a simple description of a state you've chosen. The outer process will show its steps, and you will notice yourself cooperating with wisdom in ways that feel natural. When your desire feels big, remember that size is a story. The same door opens to a glass of water and to an ocean. The door is your acceptance. A small loop will still carry a vast end. A hand squeezed in congratulations can imply the house, the business, the reunion, the peace. Let a loop remain small and true. Let the meaning be grand. Some like to use inner conversation. Imagine a short exchange that could only happen if your desire were already accomplished. Keep it simple and friendly. You might hear, "You did it." You might answer, "It feels so normal." Let your tone be light, like two people who both knew this was coming. Feeling is the prayer. Inner words are only rails that guide the feeling. There is a verse that steadies the heart. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Notice that it speaks of substance and evidence, real, present, felt. As you drift, let the felt reality of your chosen end be your evidence. The unseen will not stay unseen when you dwell in it faithfully at night. If fear of disappointment rises, remind your heart that you are not promising yourself a schedule. You are welcoming a state. You are not policing the path. You are consenting to the end. Even when the day is noisy, your night remains a sanctuary. Return there like coming home after weather. You might experiment with a tactile anchor. Touch your thumb to your forefinger as your scene grows vivid. Let that touch become a signal to the body that says, "We are home in the new." During the day, if doubt leans in, gently touch the same anchor and recall the softness of last night's acceptance. This isn't forcing belief. It's reminding your body of the feeling it already knows to bless your finances. Imagine the quiet confidence of paying a bill easily. Hear the faint rip of the envelope, the soft click as you close a banking app with a smile. Do not hunt down how the increase appears. Let ideas arrive as they like. You will notice inspiration to ask a question you never thought to ask, to learn a skill, to reach out to someone at the exact moment they were thinking of you. Move with these prompts like you're being guided by a friendly breeze. For relationships, let the end be mutual rest. Feel the warmth of an honest laugh shared without an agenda. Imagine setting two mugs on the table and hearing the gentle clink. Let the scene be about peace, not control. In the night, you are not changing another's will. You are agreeing with harmony and trusting the world to echo it. Often what needs to soften in you softens, and the conversation that follows has room for love. If you work in a field where targets and metrics swirl through your head, your evening state is especially precious. Choose an end that is sensory and human, the feeling of relief after a solid day, the glow of a message from your lead saying, "Great work," the steadiness in your chest as you shut down your laptop on time. The state creates the path does not create the state. There may be evenings when the body is sharp with anxiety. On those nights, shorten the loop even more. One breath on the feeling of done. One in and nod of agreement. If the mind tries to sprint, let it tire itself while you keep company with the end. A single sincere second of felt fulfillment can impress the deeper mind more than a long, strained attempt to control every frame of a scene. When you wake, resist the urge to grade yourself. The seed does not grow faster because the gardener worries. Instead, notice anything that matches your chosen state and give it a little nod. If nothing obvious appears, keep your inner conversation gentle. Of course it's unfolding. Of course it's normal. That tone keeps the soil warm. If someone tells you this is unrealistic, smile with compassion. This is not about arguing with the world. It's about learning how the world has always been answering your inner acceptance. You have already practiced this power in the negative countless times, falling asleep rehearsing a trouble and waking to a day that proves you right. Now you are turning the key in the other direction. Allow kindness to yourself to be part of the state. Speak to yourself inside the way a loving mentor would, soft, clear, expectant of good. Let mercy revise the day's sharp edges before you close your eyes. The heart that forgives quickly rests deeply, and deep rest carries impressions cleanly. There is another whisper that helps. Call those things which are not as though they were. Not to fake, but to align. In the in-between place before sleep, name your end with the tone of ownership, and then let silence cradle it. The naming is brief, the feeling does the heavy lifting. Make your room a helper. Keep it a little tidy. Keep a pen and card by your bed and write one simple sentence that implies the end. Read it once softly, feel it, set it down, and let your body melt. You are creating a nightly association. This room, this light, this posture, this feeling of already share your inner victories with. Gratitude, not with desperate boasting. When the outer echoes arrive, an email, a call, a door opening, receive them as natural. Smile at the neatness of it, and let your thank you be inward warm, quiet. Every echo strengthens the trust that makes the next evening even easier. If grief has been your companion, this practice can be a tender lamp. Choose an end that honors love, not erases loss. Imagine the calm that lets you breathe fully again. Feel the steady rhythm of a day that includes joy without betrayal. Let that state be a sanctuary you visit nightly until it feels like home. And when you are tempted to push, to clench, to shout inside, remember that soft works. The state akin to sleep is not wrestled into, it is welcomed. Let the pillow hold more of your weight. Let the brow smooth. Let the mouth soften. Let one true moment of having carry you like a small boat on a gentle tide. If the lights are off and your mind still races, turn the motion into a gentle rehearsal of the end. Let the breath lead. Inhale as if you are breathing in the finished result. Exhale as if you are releasing every old echo. On the inhale, feel the scene bloom for a second. On the exhale, let it settle deeper, 2 or 3 breaths like this, and the feeling of already begins to cradle you. If you wake in the middle of the night, treat it as a gift. That drowsy window is open again. Instead of reaching for your phone, reach for your inner room. Slip back into the short loop. If your desire has more than one natural scene, choose the easiest one and rest there. The night will carry the impression farther than waking effort can. For creativity, let the end be the glow of completion. See the last page saved, the canvas signed, the demo uploaded with a satisfied breath. Don't wrestle with the steps while you drift. Let the state of I finish beautifully imprint, and you will find yourself taking simple and confident steps in the morning that match the feeling you wore to sleep. If you are a parent, you can bless your home from that quiet edge. Feel your child thriving, steady, joyful. Hear the spontaneous laughter from another room. See the mess of a happy day tidied with ease. Let the tone be light, not correcting. Your acceptance of peace becomes the atmosphere they breathe. There is power in a tiny physical gesture that belongs only to your practice. Maybe you smooth the corner of your pillow as your inner scene turns vivid. Maybe you place a hand on your heart for 2 beats when the feeling of done arrives. The body learns these associations quickly. Soon the gesture itself invites the soft descent into the state. If your desire involves courage, picture the aftermath of bravery rather than the moment of action. Feel the calm that follows the conversation, the relief after you say yes, the groundedness of having shown up. The world can deliver any number of bridges to match that inner signature, and you will find yourself taking them with a strangely natural confidence. When you meet old stories in yourself, voices that say you've tried before, answer them kindly and keep walking. The past spoke from one state, the present speaks from another. Your nightly acceptance is not fragile, it is quiet, but it is not weak. Let the weak say, I am strong. Let your inner word be strength spoken softly, and the body will begin to agree. Some find it sweet to pair the loop with a sensory detail already present. The hum of a fan becomes the background to a conversation where a friend congratulates you. The coolness of the sheet becomes the feeling of holding a letter with good news. The mind binds sensations together easily. Give it a blessed pairing, and it will repeat it for you. If you carry a complex desire, one that touches several life areas, let the end be the simple feeling of alignment, the sense that things fit, the deep yes in your chest, that yes is an umbrella under which many forms can gather. Your days will start to reveal which forms belong, and you'll feel the quiet authority to choose with ease. Practice seeing others through the lens of your accepted end. If your chosen state includes generous success, notice the ease with which you admire someone else's win. That ease is part of your new room. If your chosen state includes health, notice the way you naturally stand, the way you reach for water without debate. These small daytime confirmations are not the cause, they are the echo. Let them be pleasant echoes that keep you in rhythm. If you are tempted to craft an intricate montage, shorten it. A loop that is 5 seconds long, saturated with touch or tone, will sink deeper than a minute-long movie you strain to remember. Keep returning to the living essence, the feeling that this is normal now. Normal is everything here. When the wonderful becomes ordinary inside, the ordinary outside becomes wonderful. Some evenings read a single line that tunes your heart. Then close your eyes and feel it. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Let that be an inner doorway. Think, not as in analyzing, but as in agreeing with the quiet picture that your heart can hold without effort. The heart knows what yes feels like. If worry about time creeps in, let your inner answer be gentle. I am not waiting, I am having. Having has a different breath. It is slower, lower, safer. Breathe that way as you lie there. The breath itself can be the boat that carries your scene to the deeper water. When caring for someone far away, let your night reach them in kindness. Imagine only what blesses. See them at ease, provided for, smiling at a message that brought relief. Do it in secret. That secret place is the closest place, and love needs little to travel. If your work asks you to lead others, carry the state of we succeed together into sleep. Feel the shared win. Hear the lightness in the room. After a tough milestone falls, in the day, your words will start to gather people toward that tone without you trying to engineer every step. The state gathers its own evidence. When doubt insists on evidence first, you can smile and offer it the smallest proof, the ease you feel right now. The softness in your body is evidence. The steady breath is evidence. The peace that warms your chest as you imagine is evidence. Faith is the substance, means the felt reality is already something. Let that something be enough for the night. If you can even bless your future mornings while you drift, see yourself waking with the afterglow of having. Hear the little sound you make when things are right. A hum, a sigh, a laugh under your breath. Then allow sleep to fold around you while that sound lingers. If old fear of disappointment tries to bargain, meet it with mercy. You are not promising a date on a calendar. You are hosting a condition in the heart. Conditions of the heart have a way of writing their dates later. Let that be their job. Your job is the gentle agreement that you wear to bed like a favorite shirt. On evenings when you feel scattered, gather yourself with a very simple inner phrase that matches your loop. Something like this is natural, or I love how easy this feels. Say it once or twice in the mind, and then let silence continue the conversation. Words point, feeling carries. Notice the subtle ways your preferences shift once you start sleeping in your chosen state. You might choose different music in the car. You might stand taller without thinking about posture. You might answer the email you used to avoid. These are small doors opening on their own hinges. Walk through them with gratitude, not urgency. If you have a habit of replaying social moments, revise them lightly before sleep. Give yourself the gift of the answer you wish you'd given, the steadiness you wish you'd felt, not to rewrite the past in denial, but to plant a truer seed for what you meet next. The mind learns quickly from kindness. When you feel the loop land, when the inner scene goes from wishful to normal, let your body fully surrender to the bed. This surrender is part of the prayer. It says, I trust the process beneath my thinking. I trust the deep that moves while I rest. That trust is itself a state, and it carries a sweet authority into the next day. You will notice that you need less effort as the weeks pass. What once took many minutes now takes a breath. The new room becomes so familiar that you wander into it almost by accident. That is a sign of true occupancy. Keep honoring the practice, not as a chore, but as a nightly homecoming to the truth your heart already knew. And when the day brings you a sudden nudge, call this person, take that route, open this book. Treat it as part of the echo from your inner acceptance. You don't have to chase every impulse. You'll feel the ones that hum with the same tone as your loop. Those are the friendly footsteps on the bridge you didn't need to build, only to cross. Tonight, let your last act be tender and brave. Lay down the old story like a coat you've outgrown and slip into the feeling of already healed, already chosen, already provided for, already loved. Not as a performance, but as a quiet consent. Breathe as one who has arrived. Hold that small living scene that proves it true, the kind word, the steady step, the hand in yours, the lightness in your chest. Let it become so normal that your body sighs in relief. You are not waiting anymore, you are welcoming. You are not begging the world to change, you are resting in the change within you, and the world will echo it. If tears come, let them bless the ground. If silence comes, let it be full. Trust the deep that moves while you sleep, the love that does not need your strain to work its wonders. Seeds do not shout to grow, they consent to the dark and rise. So will you. Walk through the inner door with a soft yes. Wear your answered prayer like night air on warm skin. Let gratitude hum without a reason, because the reason now lives in you. Close your eyes in the state you love, and let the morning find you there.